So, wearing a cape. Because capes make everything cooler. Unless you're in The Incredibles. But at college life, capes make everything cooler. We're gonna continue reading the Pokedex, and it's gonna be fun. I hope. We'll see. Gloom. Because gloom is supposed to smell. But in other news, in the Pokemon series, Ash comes into contact with Gloom in the TV show, and they don't smell. So get your facts right. Either it does or it doesn't. And none of this, so it only smells if it hates you thing. It's a smell. Come on. Alright, Diglett and Dugtrio, this isn't anything on the Pokedex thing that I have a problem with. It's just a general question for audiences like you who care and want to interact a little bit. So I've always wondered what Diglett looks like underneath the ground, you know, because it shows the head, you know. And I always wonder what's going on underneath. I always picture like two little feet under the dirt, which is ridiculous. I'll face it, that's not probably what's happening. You know, maybe it's like a worm, like a really long, like a snake body or something, but I'm curious as to what you think might be underneath the dirt. The other half of the Diglett. What's it look like? So if you want to explain to me in the comments what you think that is. It says Meowth is nocturnal, and I don't buy into that because Team Rocket has a Meowth and it definitely doesn't follow any normal sleep patterns. They say Poliwag, its skin is so thin that you can see its organs and stuff, but I've never seen a Poliwag's internal organs before. Have you? I didn't think so. For Poliwrath, they say specifically that with its extremely tough muscles, it can keep swimming in the Pacific Ocean without resting. First of all, I always thought the Pokemon world was a different world from this world, so they'd have their own ocean names. Secondly, it specifically mentions the Pacific Ocean. That's fine if that's where they live, that's where they swim, fine. But say you capture it and then you go and you're swimming in like the Indian Ocean or the Atlantic Ocean, or, you know, what happens to it then? They could have just said ocean, but they had to say no, it can swim in the Pacific Ocean. Period. Victory Bell. James had one of these. We all remember? It used to like to bite him and try to swallow him whole. It's supposed to have acid in its mouth. That acid dissolves anything. But James never dissolved. So, what does that say about his Victory Bell or about the facts that we're getting? I don't think that this is correct. It says that Tentacruel has 80 tentacles for ensnaring victims and prevents escape while the prey is weakened by poison. 80 tentacles? Have you guys seen Tentacruel? I'm assuming you have. I mean, I can maybe count 8 tentacles. Maybe. And why not 8? Because 8's enough for an octopus. I don't know why they'd feel the need to put 80 in there when there's no way to prove it. Ponyta and Rapidash have a flame that starts on their head and goes all the way into their tails, right? And people ride them. Now, they said in the Pokemon show that Ponyta will never burn somebody that it truly trusts, but it's fire. Fire's gonna burn you. So stop riding them, because it's messing with my mind. Farfetch'd, it says it can't live without the stock it holds, and that's why it defends the stock from attackers with its life. I've seen a lot of, on the TV show, and through other sources, that it's a delicacy to eat the stick, or the Farfetch'd, or both. Which is weird, because you're eating a Pokemon. I think that that'd be a little moral issue you guys need to work out. Secondly, what kind of symbiotic relationship is this? He's connected to a leaf? How does a leaf equal your life? And if you lose it, then you die? Just how does that? How? Explain that to me.